NBC welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
And welcome to Empower Field at Mile High Stadium here in Denver, Colorado for today's Week 7 matchup on NBC. Broncos to kick it away, the Chargers to receive. The opening kickoff, as it's going to be brought out to about the 26-yard line, is where the Chargers offense will start their first drive. Justin Herbert, the quarterback for the Los Angeles Chargers. Omar Hampton, the running back, and a great set of receivers for Los Angeles. They're going to start on the ground game, and the defensive front for Denver gets straight in the face right away and making their presence known on the game's first play. It's a loss of 4 for the Chargers. Back them up to the 22-yard line. And with a 2nd and 14 after the 4-yard loss, Herbert will throw here. The pressure's on. He gets away, and it's caught by his tight end, Gadsden, for the reception in his second year out of the Orange. It'll go for a gain of 11 to bring up a 3rd and 3 for the Chargers. Pickens, the motion man. He goes from the top to the bottom. Herbert will throw. A rush coming from Denver. He gets it out to the far sideline. It's caught. Ladd McConkey to move the sticks. It's another 11-yard gain, and the Chargers' opening drive continues as Justin Herbert stands tall in the pocket and is able to deliver a strike to McConkey on the sideline. 1st and 10 now at their own 44. They're going to go on the ground here with Hampton, and Hampton is going to get blown down at the 49, a gain of 7, as I think they'll mark him in Denver territory. And yep, he's in Denver territory. So gain of 7 there. 2nd and 3 for Los Angeles. Herbert under center. Pickens, the motion man. He'll set up there. And it's going to be a give to their other running back, Kendre Miller, out of TCU in his 4th year to pick up the first down for the Chargers. And a solid first drive coming for Los Angeles. Able to mix it up between the ground and the run. They have a new set of sticks. 1st and 10, Herbert under center yet again. At the 43, they're going to go to the ground game again, and it's back to Miller they go. And out to the 35, he takes it. We have an injury time out. Dre Greenlaw, the linebacker for Denver, is injured on the play. We'll step away. And Dre Greenlaw taken off the field. Second one up and coming for Los Angeles. A give to Hampton, and Hampton's going to be blown up right at the offensive line area. And he's not obviously going to get it there. He'll come up a yard shy of the first down. And faced with another 3rd down this drive, can Los Angeles pick it up here as they will go into an I formation? Herbert yet again finds himself under center. And it's going to be a play action. Herbert, he's going to roll out to his right. He's going to take off, and he's going to pick up the first down, but he lost the ball. And the ball is out, and it's recovered by Denver. And the Broncos take over at their own 31 after the Justin Herbert fumble. And now the Broncos on offense. Sutton in the backfield with Nix. It's going to be a give to him, trying to get to the outside, and he's banged back even farther A loss of 7 for the Broncos on their first offensive play, as both teams' first offensive plays goes for negative, and now backed up at the 24, 2nd and 17 for Denver. Something the motion man, maybe the same play, and no, it was a fake, but a give to Dobbins, and that just did not work out. The Chargers sniffed it out, and it's another loss on the play. 3rd and 20 up and coming for Denver. Backed up, now back all the way at the 20-yard line, and they're going to go empty here. Quads up top. Bo Nix to pass, of course. Stepping up, fires a strike, and it is incomplete. He goes to Troy Franklin, and he's looking for a PI call. Obviously, he's not going to get it. And the Broncos on their first drive forced a punt, as both teams have seen the ball offensively today. On to punt is Jeremy Crawshaw for Denver. I probably did not pronounce that right, as he gets this a one away. It is caught and returned, but not for much, by Evan Stewart of Los Angeles. Back with the ball, the first drive. Herbert fumbles it, turns it over. They have it again, still tied at 0 here. Pickens going to motion from the bottom to the top. Herbert, a play action. He's going down. He's sacked. It's the game's first one of the day. And both these defenses playing out of their mind so far, as that pushes Los Angeles back 7 yards. And they're backed up at their own 28 now. Maybe a defensive showdown here in this one. Herbert will throw, bringing a rush. So he's going to fire this one. It's caught by Quentin Johnston to pick up most of what they needed. Again, a 15 for Los Angeles. 2 yards shy of the line to gain, though. As we tick to the halfway mark here in the first quarter, actually under it. And Herbert, a give to Hampton. He takes it to the outside, and he's going to end up losing one. Pat Surtain on the tackle for Denver, as he did not allow him to get the edge. As Hampton bounced it there, could not find the hole, and the Chargers faced with the 4th and 3. And their decision to punt. J.K. Scott on for his first punt of the day, as he does get this one away cleanly. And this one is going to bounce back into the field of play and downed by Dante Jackson of the Chargers. Broncos push back all the way to their own 9-yard line. Bo Nix, what can they do here? He's going to throw here, and it's going to go over the middle on a crossing route to Courtland Sutton for a gain of 9, and it's the Broncos' first positive play of the game, offensively at least. That'll take him to the 18-yard line, faced with the 2nd and 1. Total yards on the day, Denver -2, excuse me. Dobbins, he's going to motion out, set him up and empty. Nix, he'll throw here. He's going to step up and take off, and Nix with a little bit of a lane, taking it to the outside, and he picks up the first down, and there's no flag for maybe an unnecessary cheap shot there, as they will call him sliding before the shot kind of came in there by Jackson. At the 34, Nix, a give to Dobbins here, and Dobbins going to brush off a few tacklers at that first level. He'll go for 7 to bring up a 2nd and 3 at the 42-yard line. As we tick fairly closer to the last minute here in the first quarter, still a score of nothing. Nix, a give. This one's to R.J. Harvey, and he's going to go nowhere. He'll be lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage there, as the defensive front for Los Angeles is playing very well. 3rd and 3, empty here for Denver. Bo Nix, he's going to motion Harvey in the backfield. Play action, Nix. He's going to throw this one to the outside. It's caught by Troy Franklin, who stays on his feet and is going to be dragged down from behind. Elijah Molden on the touchdown-saving tackle as Troy Franklin gets him down inside the 10 at the 6-yard line. And the Broncos with a big play as we wind up coming to the end of the first quarter here, as they will snap it. Nix to throw, steps up, underneath. It's caught by Sutton, and he's in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos strike first and have the lead to begin. Will Lutz in his 11th year on for the extra point. Right down the middle. 7-0. The Broncos open it up with a big play from Troy Franklin. Cortland Sutton tops it off, as Lutz will get this away in what might be the last play of the first quarter, as it's a solid return, finding a little opening and taken down at the 38. So end of one here on NBC. 7-0. Your score. At the start of the second quarter, the Chargers to open it up, and he'll dump it off to move the sticks right away. Ladd McConkey, another first down reception, and down at the 48-yard line and nearly at midfield already with the help of the special teams return there. They're going to set up in an I formation here. Herbert under center. He's going to motion his tight end Gadsden over. It's a give to Hampton. Hampton makes a move on the man, setting the edge, and going to be pushed and hassled back a little bit after a gain of 5 for Los Angeles. So back into Denver territory. Last time they were near here, Herbert fumbled the ball away. Broncos obviously did nothing with it, but they do have the lead. Coming a few drives later, Herbert back to Hampton. He goes, and with a nice hole, shoves off past Surtain. First down, Los Angeles, and down at the 33, and the Chargers finding some leg room here. Maybe trying to tie this one up, of course, here. And now with the 1st and 10 at the Denver 33. Herbert, play action. He's got some pressure, gets it out though, and does so out of bounds. He'll live to see a new down, obviously. Didn't want to take anything negative there, as it's been a pretty positive drive so far. And it was well played by Denver. Now faced with the 2nd and 10. Herbert will throw. Pressure's coming, but he fires it through the middle of the field. Incomplete. Evan Stewart cannot hang on, the rookie out of Oregon. And now faced with a 3rd and 10. After 2 incomplete passes, can Los Angeles make up for it here? More rush coming. Herbert throwing this one. This one, Johnston for the reception to move the sticks for Los Angeles on a little bend-in curl route. Finding a soft spot in that zone coverage. And the pressure for Denver is getting there. So we'll likely see more of that throughout the game today. New set of sticks at the 21. Herbert will throw. Pressure's getting to him, but goes underneath the Pickens. And Pickens, with his first reception, takes it inside the 10 at the 2. And George Pickens makes himself known today. First and goal for Los Angeles, and 2 yards away from possibly tying it up. As they will set up tight. Denver goes away from the rush. Herbert steps up, throws back in the end zone. It's caught. Touchdown. Gadsden. And the Chargers strike right back. And the extra point to come to tie it up. A very nice catch there by Gadsden. Does get the feet down, and now Cameron Dicker on for the extra point. As it is through. Tie ball game, 7-7. 5:35 to go here in the second quarter. Dicker on to kick it off. And going to be returned here by Marvin Mims of Denver, as he will try to find the outside, but taken down right away. Not much of a return, but they'll mark him down at the 23, and he is getting up pretty gingerly. I think we'll actually have an injury timeout here. And back with it, the Broncos with the ball, 5:31 here in the second quarter. They're going to start with a give to J.K. Dobbins, and Dobbins going to go for a first down right away. A gain of about, they'll give him 12 there, and out to the 36. He's able to take it. Knicks under center. They go back to Dobbins, and Dobbins is going to be hit right away. Could not find the hole. The defensive front for Los Angeles able to penetrate and stop him right in his tracks as he took the handoff there and tried to obviously get on his own track. 2nd and 10. And the Broncos are going to go empty here. 3 up top and 2 down below. Knicks on 2nd and 10. He's going to motion Harvey in the backfield. So forget empty. They're actually going to go to Harvey, and he's got a hole, and Harvey's going to be taken down from behind. And he's going to be inches short. They might take a look at this one more time. But it looks like they're just going to keep with it. And the Broncos on 3rd and inches expect maybe a run, but the Chargers looking to bring some pressure from the edge. And they do. And he's going to be taken down. Bo Nix is sacked. Anthony Hill Jr. for the 5.5-yard sack. And the Broncos looking to be forced to punt here for the second time today. The offensive line just could not pick up the extra man there on Hill Jr. And back out is Jeremy Crawshaw for the punt as it gets away. And it's going to bounce back into the field of play. And do the Broncos have it? They do. Oh, no. It must have touched one of the Chargers players. And the Broncos take over at the Los Angeles 17. They're going to go back to Harvey here. And he stopped right in his tracks yet again. That is unfortunate for the Chargers. It ended up hitting one of their players. And the Broncos obviously just recovered. So now the Broncos with an easy, about 60-yard field advantage there. A fake pitch, Bo Nix to the air, and it is short and well short at the feet of Marvin Mims. 3rd and 11 for the Broncos after the lucky punt there. At the 18, Nix in shotgun. He's going to motion his running back out a little bit. That's Dobbins. He's going to go to the air. It's back to Dobbins, and Dobbins able to pick up the first down and put Denver inside the 10, setting them up with a 1st and goal. Nix, he'll take the snap. He's going to the air. He's going to roll out to his left, take off, and he's got the edge, and he'll go in untouched for the Bronco touchdown. So the unfortunate turn of events on the punt return for Los Angeles ends up costing them a touchdown to Denver. And the Broncos back in front. Will Lutz on for his second extra point of the day, as this one is good. And yet again, it's another one-score game. Denver leads it. Both these teams obviously coming into this one 4-2. So a great matchup. We were able to get on the air today. The return by Stewart, and he's going to be punished back at the 22-yard line. He falls to, and the Chargers back on offense with an unfortunate turn of events on that punt return a few moments ago, as Herbert goes to the outside, and it's caught by Johnston right away. A big gain for those two. That'll go for about, I think they're going to say 16 there. Put him up to the 39-yard line already after the not so good kick return. Clock is running, though. Each team 3 timeouts, as you can see. Motion man is Johnston. Herbert under center. A give to Hampton. He's blown up right away. A loss of 1 for Los Angeles. As once again, the Denver defensive front penetrates through. And that will take us to the 2-minute warning here on NBC. So 7-14 your score. 2 minutes remain in the first half. Second and 11 for Los Angeles. 2 minutes remain in the first half. Herbert to the air. He's going to go quickly. Caught by George Pickens, who uses speed to get upfield. And Pickens inside Denver territory and taken down at the 15 on a big play for Los Angeles. As George Pickens, only on his second reception, has already dealt so much damage to this defense for Denver. And now set up at the 15-yard line in the red zone. Herbert will look to go to the air. He's going to go on the crossing route. And caught there by, I think that was Quentin Johnson. It was, yes. The Broncos are the team to call the timeout. They have 2 remaining, so they might want to expect to get something here before the half ends. There are indeed 80 seconds remaining in the first half. And now faced with the 2nd and 4 at the 9. Herbert looking to throw, stepping around, and fires to the back of the end zone. Incomplete. Moving a little slow around in the pocket. I wonder if he's hurting a little bit. Looking like Big Ben in his later years. Anyways, does live to see another down. 3rd and 4. Denver only bringing a 3-man rush. Herbert stepping around again. He steps up, takes off, and he's in. Touchdown! Justin Herbert does it himself, and right before halftime is able to make it a 1-point game with obviously the extra point to come. And the Broncos with 66 seconds, 2 timeouts, are going to be able to do something before the half ends, as Dicker's extra point is through and good. And it is 14-all here in Denver, Colorado. As Dicker the kicker sends it back to Denver. This is Mims on the return, and he's going to be able to get a somewhat decent return out to the 33-yard line. So now 61 seconds, 1st and 10. They have 2 timeouts. What can the Broncos muster up here? Bo Nix, he's going to launch one down the field, and it is nearly intercepted. Wow, what an interception that could have been. That was an unbelievable attempt by Tarheeb Still out of Maryland in his third year. That was unbelievable. Anyway, 2nd and 10 for Denver. Knicks to the outside. It's caught there by Franklin. And Franklin's going to go down. Only a gain of 4 there, and the clock will tick away. And they're getting back to the line fast, but not using any timeouts. Knicks quickly. He's going to throw this one far sideline, and it's caught by his tight end. Wow, what a catch and pass there. Kobe Parkinson. And now at the 33 of Los Angeles with 26 seconds and 2 timeouts. The Broncos, obviously in field goal range, would be about a 50-yarder from here. Maybe can they get some more? Knicks throwing here. Pressure's there, but he gets sacked instead. And that is not what you can have if you're Bo Nix. That backs him up to now what would be a 59-yarder for taking that 8-yard loss. They do have 1 timeout, so maybe they can get back into that range of a 40-yarder again. Will Lutz, obviously 11 years in the league. He's had a lot of experience. But could they take the lead before half? Knicks on 2nd and 18, and this one is just not in the vicinity of his target. Just too high, maybe to the outside it looked like. Couldn't really get a good angle. And it's 3rd and 18 for Denver. Trying to pick up what they lost 2 plays before. 3rd and 18, Knicks. Only 4-man rush, gets it out, and it's incomplete. Nearly caught there by Dobbins, but it's a great break up there by Los Angeles' number 30. I can't get a name on him. It's 4th and 18, and I'm not sure what we'll see here. A punt, a field goal attempt. It's going to be a punt. So they had the opportunity, but Nick sold the bag as he's nearly blocked. Does get it out, and it bangs into the back of the end zone. So we're going to go into halftime with a tie score of 14-14. But first we got a flag. Looked like it was a false start. So back them up 9 seconds. I don't know why they just don't kneel it out. But they instead will run a play. They'll give it to Hampton to the outside. Bangs around and will end the first half with a score of 14-14. Going into halftime. As obviously no break really needed. As we get straight to the second half action. As the Broncos will receive the second half kickoff. Going to be returned by Mims once more. And another not so good return by him out to the 23. 1st and 10. Start of the second half for Denver. Knicks. He's going to go to the far sideline. Incomplete. Batted down by Molden there. Set up in double coverage. He took it anyways. Interesting throw there by Knicks. 2nd and 10 for Denver at the 23 after the incomplete pass there from Bo Nix. As they're going to go tight bunch here. Back to the air to the outside, and it is incomplete. R.J. Harvey, the intended target, in an interesting setup down there, I guess, for Bo Nix. I mean, looking for his receiver there, or looking for his running back. Obviously, R.J. Harvey, no disrespect to him, but not much of an elusive back. Maybe he is. I don't know ball. Maybe I don't know ball. Who knows? They're going to go with Dobbins to the motion. He's going to go to the slot. Nix to pass for the 3rd time. Winding up, taking a shot, and it is incomplete. So back-to-back balls to his running back. That one winds up incomplete, obviously. J.K. Dobbins, the intended target. And the Broncos 0-3 on pass attempts that drive, as Crawshaw is back on to punt for Denver. It's going to be returned by Stewart and dragged down. Dragged down from behind, and it's caught there by Gadsden on a play action from Herbert. Sorry, Mike obviously just decides to cut off whenever feels like it. And the Chargers back in Denver territory is again Herbert able to get rid of it as the blitz gets to him. Gadsden having himself a day. 215 total yards for Los Angeles. 162 of that coming from the air. They're going to go to Hampton, and he's going to kind of bulldoze his way forward for only one. And he's actually hurt there. Does get up. And is he looking for a flag? I don't know why he would be looking for one. Maybe face mask or something. Obviously not being called. And an interesting formation from Los Angeles here, as this is going to be a pitch. And this is not going to go for much. Only 3, as he had a big lane of blockers out in the edge flats for him. Hairston, interesting. Third and 5. Now for Los Angeles. At the Denver 37, Herbert will throw. He's going to throw a bullet, and it's caught by Pickens. Who other, nonetheless, than George Pickens to target on a big third down. He's able to convert and put him inside the red zone at the 19. They'll mark him down. Herbert with a strike in between about 3 or 4 defenders there. And the Chargers on their way to maybe take the lead for the first time today. They'll give it to Hampton up the middle. Hampton splits the defenders and now set up inside the 10 at the 8. First and goal for Los Angeles. Obviously, this is a big game between these two. It's still early on. Week 7. Got a lot of weeks left. Probably 11 more weeks, actually. But this is a big one, depending for the AFC West. Herbert to the air. Again, the pressure's there. Throws it, and it's incomplete. Gadsden just dropped it in what might be, obviously, the most unfortunate play coming from him all day, as he's been very good. And now, with a second and goal, to the air's Herbert. He's going to go underneath to Johnston, but it's well played by Denver. Mustafa, one of the guys on the tackle there. And the Chargers at the 3-yard line, though, but they have a third and goal. And I wouldn't be too surprised if Jim Harbaugh says screw it and goes for it on a 4th down if they can't convert here. That's if. But on 3rd and goal, Gadsden going to go out wider. 3 up top. Herbert to the air. He's going to throw to the outside, and it's caught, but there's a flag, and it is a touchdown for the Chargers. And the extra point is good. So 21-14. The Chargers lead it for the first time today. I'm sorry, I was a little bit confused on what was going on there. I was getting a little... It was a little confusing reading who the flag was on there. And Mims on the return for Denver, trying to find a hole, but it literally runs away from it. But set up with a 1st and 10. At their own 29, their only time trailing today comes with 4:46 left in the 3rd quarter. They're down 7. AFC title could possibly be on the line, and they're going to go with Dobbins to begin this drive. He'll go for 2 there. And it looked like it was PI on Denver that last play. Or on that touchdown, excuse me. 2nd and 8 for the Broncos at the 30. A give to Dobbins. It's a counter. He tries to find the edge, but Jackson, the corner for Los Angeles, takes him down right away, and Dobbins is hurt. When have we heard that before? All too often, if I'm being honest. He is very injury prone. He does get up and walk away from that one, though. It's 3rd and 10 for the Broncos. Haven't been able to get much going offensively in the past few drives as Bo Nix takes a shot to the far sideline to Mims, and those two are just kind of not there today. And the Broncos are going to be forced to punt yet again. It's Crawshaw on to punt for probably his 5th time. It's been a lot as he's able to get it away, though. And this is Stewart on the return. He is going to break it out and makes a move on one man to the outside and brings it out to the 35-yard line for Los Angeles. So this is where they can take over. And they might. Herbert, he's going to take a shot, lofting one, and it is incomplete. Thrown into triple coverage. Interesting throw there by Herbert. What could have costed them. Fortunately, the receiver there, Harris, was able to get his hands on it. Second and 10. Gadsden, he's going to go to the top. Herbert to throw again. Pressure's there. He's got a wide open target. It's George Pickens. And we have an injury timeout. Omari and Hampton holding at us for him. And George Pickens coming up clutch once more for the Chargers. As a lot of these running backs today are feeling some bruises, or at least will feel some bruises. Some of them hurt, but they will actually change it out. So they go to Miller here on this play, but they won't go to him directly. This is to Gadsden for another Los Angeles Charger first down. As Herbert having himself a day. He's able to find his targets, read the defense, and get the ball out. Obviously, this is a big game for the AFC West, as I mentioned a few times so far. This what might determine it. It might even determine the number 1 seed, depending on how the rest of the season goes. Play action. Herbert to the air and incomplete. He had a wide open man who probably could have been able to take it in. And probably the only bad pass we've seen by Herbert today, from what I can recall at least. Live to see another down, though. 2nd and 10. Playing it safe possibly could be Herbert. He'll take the snap, a give to Miller, and Miller... Oh, the ball's out! And it's picked up by Denver. And the Broncos take over at the 19. A big play for the Broncos defense, a much-needed one. It's the 2nd fumble by the Charger offense as Nix now goes to the air. And right back to where they were the drive before. An incomplete pass to quite literally no one. And a much-needed defensive play for the Broncos there. Now the offense just needs to lock in. That's kind of what it was last season, IRL. Defense locked in for most of it. Offense just got done what needed to get done until, a little bit later when the offense started to lock in a little bit more. They're going to go empty here. It's a quick screen to Dobbins to the outside. Dobbins with a little bit of an angle, and he'll pick up the first down. So a good positive play finally for the Broncos offense. Dobbins celebrating there, not laying on the ground injured, and takes it out to the 34-yard line. So the Broncos, who had led for the entire game up until about 4.5 minutes in the third quarter now, with the ball and a little bit of momentum going their way. They're going to go to Dobbins on the ground, and he's going to be pile-drived in the back by Still there of Maryland and another lineman there of Los Angeles. It'll be a loss of 1 for the Broncos. For you guys watching on Twitch, let me know how it's going, how your day's going, how the stream's going, how everything is going. Love to see you guys able to commentate, or not commentate, but talk in the chat and everything, and I'll always respond to the chats. This one to Marvin Mims is incomplete. And Mims just not having himself a day, if I'm being honest. Just kind of really out of it, especially with Nix there. I mean, even on the returns. 3rd and 11 for Denver. They had one positive play so far this drive. It's about their only positive one in the past, like, 3 drives. Nix back to the air. He's got some time. Dumps it off, and it's caught. That's Parkinson. And down to the midfield line, directly at the 50-yard line, goes Parkinson. And the Broncos with another positive play, moving the sticks ever so thoroughly. Only a 3-man rush there by Los Angeles. Thank you for everyone who obviously is tuned into the Twitch stream. Love the support and everything. Obviously, game highlights, clips, and all that will come after the game is streamed. And Harvey's blasted in the back. A loss of 3. And the Chargers working this Denver offense so far, obviously, in this one. Still have a quarter to go. A minute remaining in the third quarter here. Nix to the air. He's going to go to a crossing route to Franklin, and it's caught for a 3-yard gain. And they're faced with another 3rd down here. This one being 3rd and 7. So we'll see what they can muster up again. They've had 2 third down conversions this drive, let alone. Nix to the air. Los Angeles brings some pressure. He throws it in this one out of the reach. I'm not quite sure who his intended target was. I think that might have been his check down to his running back there. Falls incomplete nonetheless. It's a 4th and 7, and they might just have to punt this one once more. Yes, Crawshaw back on to punt. And no pressure by the Chargers. And does it hit any of them as it bounces out of the field of play? Out of bounds, but a very good punt there by Crawshaw. 1st and 10, backed up at their own 4. The Chargers offense back to work. Standing in his own end zone, and a give to their running back, Omar and Hampton. A loss of 1, back him up even more at the 3. And the Chargers in some dangerous territory here. As we'll see if the Chargers take this to the 4th quarter. They won't. It's a give to, I think that's Hampton there, but doesn't matter. End of the 3rd quarter, 21-14. The Chargers have the lead at the end of 3. 8 minutes remain to find the winner of this Week 7 matchup. Eight minutes remain till we find out the winner of this Week 7 matchup. Herbert steps up, throws a BB, and it is incomplete. Quentin Johnston could not hang on through the contact. And the Chargers are going to be forced to punt deep in their own territory. I mean, literally, J.K. Scott's going to be standing on the... No, he's actually not. He's going to stand in the middle of the end zone. He's got to get it off quick, though. As he does. Very nicely done there by Scott. And, yeah, I mean, very nicely done there by Los Angeles. Marvin Mims just blown up. And a loss of probably like 4 yards there from where he caught it. Bo Nix now, they're only down 7. There's still time to go. They're going to give it here to Dobbins to start the drive. He'll go for 3. At their own 48. Got some time. Play action by Nix. Looking to the air. Steps up. Lobbing one far side. And it is incomplete. Michael Trigg, his tight end, could not hang on through the contact. He took a shot. His first target of the day. Cannot haul it in. and faced now with a 3rd and 7. Their third down conversions today have not been very good, but Nix will throw. He's going to go to the outside. It's caught by Franklin to move the sticks for Denver. As he signals a first down, the chains move. 7 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Back in Los Angeles territory at the 39, Nix under center. A give to Dobbins, and it's a great hole filler there by Molden. Elijah Molden on what looked to probably be like a free safety blitz there. Able to get through and stop Dobbins in his track. Second and 10. Tight bunch here for the Broncos offense. Nix, he'll go underneath, caught by Franklin. He'll go for 4 there. 3rd and 6, up and coming for the Broncos. So a lot of third downs for the Broncos today. A lot of them. Have faced a lot of them. Have completed some of them, but not all of them. And faced with another one here. Can they complete it? Under 6 now. Nix back to the air. Los Angeles bringing the pressure. He goes to the outside to Sutton, who uses his length and reaches to move the sticks. A great reach there by Sutton to just give him the first down there and not have to face like a 4th and 1 or 4th and inches. 1st and 10 for Denver. Nix, he'll give it to Harvey, and Harvey, he's going to be good for 5 there. Brings up a 2nd and 5 for the Broncos. In the standings, these teams are neck and neck. Denver at 2, right behind the 1 Indianapolis in the AFC, and Los Angeles at 4 behind Baltimore. Nix, a give to Harvey. Harvey's able to punish his way forward for a first down. And it's 1st and 10 for the Broncos at the 18. Back in the red zone, the Broncos are trying to find the end zone. Haven't seen it since the second quarter. Nix under center on this 1st and 10. Back to the ground they go. This is the Dobbins, who cannot work his way around. He's good for 3. Down at the 15. Two up top, 2 down below. 2nd and 7 for Denver. Nix maneuvering, throws, it's caught, and he's in. Touchdown, Denver. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying it up here. Pat Bryant on the reception. And now the extra point to come. A big one. Will Lutz on for the extra point. It is good. 21-21. Tie ball game. 4:07 remaining in the fourth quarter. Each team 3 timeouts. Somewhat plenty of game to go as the Chargers now to get the ball as he tries to take this to the edge and won't find much there. So 4:03, the Chargers with the ball. 3 timeouts, tie score of 21. Miller, he's going to check it down to him to the outside. He makes a move and another move. And wow, a lot of juke moves there by Kendra. I don't even know how the hell you pronounce that. Maybe I have it typed in there wrong. Kendre Miller? Kendre? I'll go Kendre. I think it's Kendre. Kendre. Kendre Miller. We'll go with that. At the 44 now, a great drive starter there for Los Angeles. Herbert, a give to the outside. And Pat Surtain wrestles him down. Jonah Coleman, the rookie out of Washington, the third stringer for the Chargers. His first carry of the day. Most of the work's been between Hampton and Miller. But besides that, they've been through the air quite a bit. As the sun starts to set itself here in Colorado, the Chargers are going to switch up formation here. Broncos back off. Herbert to the air. He's going to go through the middle of the field, and it's caught by Gadsden to move the sticks out to the 38. But in Denver territory he goes. And a day those two have had. Justin Herbert. Ooh. George Pickens was becoming a little bit open there up top. Nonetheless, moves the sticks. And they're going to see if they probably run some clock here. They give it back to the third stringer, Coleman. He'll go nowhere. So it'd be about a 55-yard attempt from here for Cameron Dicker. Obviously, the youngster probably has much leg, but here in Denver, it's a little different. 2nd and 10, it'd be the smart decision to let the play clock or the game clock run all the way down to the 2-minute mark. They won't. They'll give it to the fourth stringer. He's good for 4 to take us to the 2-minute warning. So we'll come back. 3rd and 6 for the Chargers. Two minutes remain. 3rd and 6 for Los Angeles. A give to Miller. He's shut down right away. A loss of 2 and a timeout called here by the Broncos. It'll leave them with 1 left. Or 2 left. 1 taken, excuse me. Oh, I totally forgot. For any of you guys who are watching the live stream or the VOD, be sure to join the NBC Discord for more news, announcements, and highlights. And a big one up and coming for the Chargers. Cameron Dicker for the game-leading field goal. It's good. And the Chargers take the lead 24-21 with 1:54 to go in the 4th quarter. Was almost not ready for that. Whoops. Did not mean to intro that. 1st and 10 for the Broncos. At their own 26, they got some time. He's going to start here to going to Cortland Sutton out to the 39. Good drive started there, trying to move the sticks, get some things going. They have 2 timeouts. They're only down 3, so they have to get into field goal range. They're already at their own 39-yard line. And Will Lutz, obviously in his 11th year, a little deragged, but plenty of legs still. Next to the air, he's going to go over the middle, and Franklin cannot hold on through the contact. It would have been a great catch there to put him at midfield, but instead, still at their own 39-yard line. 2nd and 10. Nick's back to the air. 4-man rush. He's going to step up, and he's going to take off, but he stepped around. Beautiful view of Empower Field here in Mile High. Unbelievable. 80 seconds. They got to fix that bug. That face mask bug that's not even like mods or anything. That is straight vanilla game there. That is. It's awful. 3rd and 4, 80 seconds, 1 timeout. Nick's back to the air. He's going to throw this one, and it's caught! It is caught! Troy Franklin to move the sticks, and what a throw by Bo Nix in a tight window. Puts him in field goal range for Will Lutz. It'd be a 54-yarder from right here. Obviously wanting more. The clock is ticking. They have 1 timeout. Nix looking, fires. It's caught by Cortland Sutton. and down at the 23-yard line. So this drive here by Denver is going very well in their favor. The clock is ticking. They're not spending that last timeout, not wanting to waste it. Under 30 seconds, the clock still ticks. 1st and 10 at their Los Angeles 23. Sutton, the motion man. They got to stop with these motions and get the play off. Nick's to there. He's got some time. Finds a wide open. Marvin Mims finally coming up clutch and taken down at the 7. 1st and goal. And the Broncos not calling that timeout. They're going to opt to just take the field goal and maybe just send this thing into overtime. And I think that's what they might just do. I think they might play it safe here. 1st and goal for the Broncos. Well, not 1st and goal. To send it into probably would be overtime, and we have a timeout called by the Chargers to ice Will Lutz. It's a chip shotter for him. 11 years in the league, but probably the same amount of stress. It'd be a 24-yarder from here. To send this game, it would probably more than likely be overtime. This stream is not officially. It's been an hour and a minute, and it's only going to get longer considering what's to come. To tie it up and send it into overtime. Lutz's kick is right down the middle. And we, ladies and gentlemen, might be seeing our first lick of overtime in this new franchise season. As to probably end it, this one actually is going to go into the back of the end zone. So the Chargers with 3 seconds. Maybe a little toss laterally here, I'm not sure. Herbert just going to launch one way up. Hope we don't get a flag, and it's going to be bobbled and go down and hit the ground as we go to overtime here on NBC. We cannot conclude a good game without a little bit of extra. 24-24. Overtime upon us. Coin toss. Chargers have won the toss. They will elect to receive. They will take the ball. And that is where we stand here going into overtime. Will Lutz to kick it off. The Chargers. It's going to be brought out and blown up at the 23. Wow. So 1st and 10 here for Los Angeles. In overtime, we are. A great game it's been, but obviously it needs to come out with a winner. And it's a give here to Miller to start it. And he's going to go for a gain of 3 there. 2nd and 7 for the Chargers up and coming. A long one this is. Herbert, a give to Miller. Miller with a hole and bouncing off a few people to move the sticks right away for the Chargers. Now at the 35. I hope Madden's rules are the same as IRL. Obviously, a team gets a chance to score. I'm not quite sure how thorough their overtime rules are on Madden 26. They should be the same. Herbert rolling out to his right. It's caught. It's his tight end, Daniel Bellinger. One of the two. His first reception of the game comes in overtime. As all these players are gassed, they're trying to work some guys in. He is one of them. And the Chargers back to this, capital I formation. They fake the toss. Herbert to the air, looking downfield. He's going to fire on a rope, and it's caught. Jonah Coleman, his running back, with the reception and out to the 20-yard line. He's able to receive it and everything. Nearly blocked at the line of scrimmage. Good Lord, he got up there. So 1st and 10. Herbert, a give up the middle to the 4th stringer. He's going to go for 6 down at the 14. So obviously, never would I have thought my mic would have just randomly shut off twice in one stream, but here we are. 2nd and 4 for the Chargers. Gadsden get a motion from one side, fling it out to him. He's got some room. It's a double pass to the end zone, and it is incomplete. Nearly caught. George Pickens could not hang on. That was unbelievable. What Jim Harbaugh just tried to throw up right there. I thought he was going to take it and have some room to run. He had a blocker on front. It looked to be Omarion Hampton or maybe Miller, but instead it was a double pass. And they're going to switch up here, go to a different formation. Herbert, quick snap, going to his left, gets it out of his hand. It's incomplete. So more than likely, Cameron Dicker field goal on to come. It would be a 31-yarder from this range. So Cameron Dicker on for the 31-yarder. Can he put it through to take the lead in overtime? It is up, and it is good. And the Chargers have the lead, 27-24. Broncos with a chance. If they can't get nothing going here, Chargers win. If they score a touchdown, game over. If they kick a field goal, game continues. Brought out by Mims here. Taken down at the 22. 1st and 10 for Denver. Again, I forgot to mention this way earlier, but there is a Discord code for anyone that is interested in joining. News, highlights, announcements, everything is there. And Harvey to begin for Denver with a 1st down out to the 33-yard line. So what a game this one's been. Taking us into overtime. Broncos able to had the lead for most of it, able to get it back, tie it up 27-24. Cameron Dicker, an overtime field goal to take the lead as Dobbins here. He's good for 7. Takes him down at the 40-yard line. And he's once again laying on the turf. Next play action. Stepping around and lofting this one out of bounds. 3rd and 3 for the Broncos. So, I don't know for anyone who's been watching this entire stream, as much as it shows for one viewer I'm streaming for, which is myself, obviously. 3rd downs for today for Denver has not been good, but lately they've been all right. 3rd and 3, bringing the pressure, throws underneath. It's caught by Franklin, and Franklin has got it to move the sticks and inside Los Angeles territory at the 49. So the Broncos with some life, not giving up yet. First and 10. After the Franklin 3rd down conversion, next to the air, taking a shot to Sutton. Incomplete, too far over his head. And he's taking the blame for that one. Very long stream. About to hit the hour and 10-minute mark. It's going to be a big file to upload. 2nd and 10. Nix. Back to the air. He's going to go through the middle. It's caught by Sutton. Moving the sticks once more. Cortland Sutton out to the 35. It'd be, field goal wise, it'd be about a 52-yarder from this distance. As much as I trust Will Lutz, obviously the Broncos want to get as close as they can. Still 1st and 10. Looking to bring some pressure from that left side there. Nix underneath, caught there by Franklin. A gain of 3. And Franklin, he is slow to get up as well. Does so anyways. Trying to get the Discord to tune in. Only one viewer. Nix stepping up, takes off, and sliding down. There's a flag, though. And it's holding on Mike McGlinchey. Back him up to the 42. 2nd and 17 for Denver. That might just end the game for Denver unless they can come up with some. Bo Nix, and it is incomplete. Cody Parkinson could not hang on through the contact. Great coverage there by Los Angeles. Derwin James, the strong safety in his 9th year out of Florida State. 3rd and 17 for the Broncos here. Nix looking, still looking. He's got some time and checks it down to Parkinson for 4 yards there. So playing it safe, I suppose. Not wanting much, not wanting too much, but not wanting nothing. Well, here's the ball game. They're going to go for a field goal here, actually. I did not expect that. I guess 4th and 13, quite the distance. They're going to try and tie it up. It's going to be a 54-yarder for Will Lutz. This, ladies and gentlemen, to put the game through, the Chargers called a timeout to ice him. Will Lutz from 54 yards out to continue overtime. As the kick, it is up and in slow motion. It's through and good in the Broncos to continue overtime. 27-27. Unbelievable. This game will not end. On to return out to the 26. He's able to bring it. So some people wanting the Chargers to just end it. Some people, nah. 1st and 10 for Los Angeles. Herbert, a give to Miller. A loss of 3 to begin. Second and 13 for Los Angeles. This has been a long one, ladies and gentlemen. Herbert back to the air. Going to the outside, and it's caught. It's Gadsden. He's having himself a day, and he's starting to freak out. He's tweaking right now. 1st and 10 for Los Angeles at the 42. We went into overtime at 24-24. Chargers get a field goal. Broncos tie it right back up. Miller on the ground. A loss of 1 for Los Angeles. A give here to Coleman. Only for 1. He'll get back to the original line of scrimmage to bring up a 3rd and 10. Welcome, everybody. Good Lord. This has been an unbelievable game. if you guys have not been tuned in earlier. This is unbelievable. The game highlights and everything I'll obviously get out. A game it's been. Herbert to the air on 3rd and 10. He's going to go underneath. It's caught by Gadsden and nonetheless picks up the first down. As the clock ticks under a minute now here in overtime, they have just one timeout remaining. Clock continues to tick at the 46-yard line of Denver. Herbert, play action, quickly gets it out of his hands, is caught by Johnston and in field goal range at the 34. Unbelievable. Clock ticks. The Chargers going to let it run. We got interceptions, a tie, and now the Chargers call that timeout with 20 seconds. I don't know, but obviously the Chargers coming with the game winner, more than likely. Game winner might just be, and Cameron Dicker from 51 yards out. Not quite. Gotta ice him. Interception. Yeah, it can't be intercepted, obviously. Crazy going on. The highlights are going to be crazy. Those will be out eventually. God, it's going to take me a minute to get those all set up. Cameron Dicker, 51 yards out for the win. Snap is high, sweeps the leg, and it is good. And the Chargers win it in overtime. They get the win here in Denver. What a game between these two franchises. 30-27 your final here on NBC. For everyone who tuned in those final minutes, I hope it was a good one. It was a crazy game all the way through. The game highlights, clips, and everything will be out eventually as we come to the end of this game. Chargers win it. They move on to 5-2. Broncos go to 4-3 on the season. What a great game. Everything will be out, and I will see you guys in the next one.
NBC thanks you for watching the previous presentation of the National Football League.